Hey guys, I'm the Thomas Man here. Today we'll be talking about the K&K, short for the Konx and Kane Railroad, and it all started because of the Gettysburg Railroad. Now you might be wondering, Landon Thomas Man, what does the Gettysburg Railroad have anything to do with the Konx and Kane? Well, I'll tell you all about it. It all started with a man named Sloan Cornell. He wanted to start a tourist road in Gettysburg, Pennsylvania. The railroad had two diesel locomotives and two steam locomotives, them being 67 and 3254. 3254 was a former CN locomotive, but she was later sold, and they bought a new locomotive that would become infamous for the Gettysburg Road, that being 1278. And if you know anything about the Gettysburg Road, you know what's going to happen next. But for the people who don't know, I'll tell you. Now, I'm not going to explain the whole situation here because situation on YouTube, but I'll give you the basics. It was 1995. 1278 was pulling a dinner train to Mount Holly Springs when it suffered a steam explosion. This would later end the Gettysburg Railroad. And this is crucial to the future of the Konx and Kane. Now, I know it sounds bad, but it's true. If this had never happened, the Konx and Kane would not have existed. Now to talk about the part where we talk about K&K. After the end of the Gettysburg Railroad, Mr. Sloan Cornell still wanted to run a tourist railroad, so he looked around Pennsylvania for places to do it, and he found a former Baltimore and Ohio railroad trackage, going all the way from Marionville, Pennsylvania, to Mount Jewett, then to the Kinzig Bridge. It started in 1982 and ended in 2008. And now the locomotives of the Konx and Kane Railroad, they were 58 and 38. 38 was imported from China. It was the newest locomotive on the K&K's roster, and became the K&K's golden boy for many years. And most of the coaches were transported to the Konx and Kane from the Gettysburg, along with the two diesels. Once you see the paint, you know that it's the Gettysburg Railroad. They didn't change anything about the paint scheme of the locomotives, only adding the logo of the Konx and Kane onto the sides. Once the Konx and Kane was ready to open, it did. The Konx and Kane Railroad had reopened the Kinzig Bridge to trains again. The Kinzig Bridge was owned by the Pennsylvania State Park. In 1961. So what that basically means is Pennsylvania owns the bridge. The K&K didn't. So the Kinzig Bridge became a state park. Oh, look at this long bridge. In the museum for the Kinzig Bridge, after the collapse of the Konx and Kane, which we'll get to later, there's no mention of the K&K in there. Oh, you know, the railroad bridge that has trains going on it again, but no, you don't care more about the bridge anyway. Anyways, the railroad would run for a few years until it closed in 2003 due to repairs being done on the bridge. But an F1 tornado hit the bridge, causing 11 of the 20 towers to fall, of the Kinzig Bridge to fall. However, the Konx and Kane would still run to the very edge until 2006, when the railroad ceased both passenger and freight operations because their main attraction was gone. And because they didn't own the Kinzig Bridge, since they didn't own the bridge, the state park turned it into a skywalk. But in 2008, an arson fire was set to some Kane Railroad sheds, burning the helpless locomotives and rolling stock inside. After this, the railroad gave up and had a big auction sale on everything. Most of the people thought the locomotives and everything else were going to be scrapped, but they are still both surviving today. 38 is at the Everett Railroad, still undergoing repairs to this day. I was at the Everett Railroad not too long ago, but I never got to see 38 as she was in pieces and still is. However, 58 is still operational to this day at the Valley Railroad. What a happy ending for the locomotives at this road that fell apart. Thank you for watching this video, and I'm Landon the Thomas Man, saying goodbye.